I'm ChosenArchitect, and this is Stoneblock 4. Now, last episode, towards the end, we ended up unlocking the Tier 2 chapters, and this is going to be pretty darn huge. And that's because we really start to unlock things that are going to make life a little bit easier for us. We're going to be able to travel faster, we're going to be able to craft things and automate things much easier, all because of these guys. Now, I was looking through the quest line, and I do think that there is going to be a nice path for us to take. And that is actually going to not be directly shooting towards the middle lane. And this is for very good reason. See, this middle lane section kind of wants you to start doing infusion with Apotheosis. And one thing I know about Apotheosis is, well, it costs a lot of experience to do those things. And what's a good way to get experience? A mob farm. And so I was thinking, to progress through here, we actually unlock all of the crafts from our Enchanter as soon as we get ourselves an Echo Shard. And while we can actually hunt for this Echo Shard ourselves inside of one of the cities, I mean, I think we could also buy the Echo Shard, as it was mentioned to us. And we can actually do this from the Wayfinder. But to be able to unlock the Wayfinder section, well, we're going to have to complete the Wayfinder's initial task, and then we should unlock just about everything. And not only are we going to unlock Echo Shards, we're actually going to unlock the Aerial Pearl, which means I can finally craft the Builder. Oh yeah, and not to mention, we also can just simply buy a Blaze Jet wand, even though making one wouldn't be too difficult at this point. So hear me out. This is my thoughts. Essentially, we are going to jump into the quest. We are going to complete this task right here, which should be just us simply going to a dungeon, which is going to be really fun, by the way, just judging by the name of the vault itself. Pretty excited about this. But over here, after we actually complete this section, we can then buy that, allowing us to unlock this whole section and unlocking everything we can buy from our Enchanter. And why would I want to unlock everything from the Enchanter? Well, let me show you. The Enchanter, oh boy, is going to sell us some good stuff. Look at that, GM chicken feed, and also an enchantment library we can buy right off the bat. We can also buy Totems of Undying, which are going to be so nice. This actually allows us to progress very quickly through ours, by the way. So many nice things are available in this section, but this right here is going to grant us access to a mob farm. And this is the only way we can get GM chicken feed is through this shop. And that means mob farm, baby. This is going to be a pretty fun episode. With all the explaining out of the way, let's actually get to work. We are going to want to grab this locator compass here, and that is going to be very, very helpful to us. It's going to allow us to locate, well, this place that we need to go to in order to find this. So it did mention there's a secret power hidden within a vault, encased in the Deepslate ring. And so this is going to be a puzzle vault, which is going to be very, very fun. And I'm pretty excited to show you this. Now, it does look like the compass is pointing all the way over here. And I did actually happen to dig south because I was actually looking at another area that we're going to visit very soon. And so I've dug all of this out and I've went to this little grove area that we're going to find. And I was able to locate this with the explorer's compass. We're going to touch on that a little bit later. That is going to be, I think, pretty helpful for the R's section as we dive deeper into that mod. But look at this. It's actually not too far this way. So we should be able to just start branching off in this direction. Now I think I've found this section, so I'm just going to continue through this stone. Unfortunately, we're not in the deep slate level, so vein mining is not something I'm going to be able to do. Now I am getting pretty close to this place. So I'm just continuing on here. We're almost there, and looking at the map and looking at my compass, you can definitely tell we're just about ready to be able to teleport into this, well, Wayfinder vault location. This place right here, which looks pretty darn sick. All right, I think we're ready. So shift right click. It creates a portal for us. And here we are. Ooh. Can we actually break these blocks? We can. Okay, so this is where it put me, right up top with an elevator for me to be able to go down into. And I hope you're ready for this, because I am ready. Let's do this. Hello again. Welcome to the FTB Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief destination in the Relaxation Vault has been a pleasant one. And yes, a Portal reference. Oh, it's so good. And we are in a portal room. We have to escape, and this is a portal-based dungeon. I am so excited for this. All right, so we get some long fall boots, which are going to help us absorb some damage, which is nice. And this is it. We've got to escape this room. And there's a little hole. Now, the way that this portal gun works, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a TIM pad that starts a portal where you're looking and then creates its linking portal where you're standing. So if I want to get out of here, I've got to find a little hole. And it also says you may be required to find buttons inside the test chamber. If I click here, it should generate a portal in front of me that is linked to the destination outside. And then it actually generates that portal. And then they are linked back and forth temporarily, and then they disappear. But this is such a cool idea. And yes, it definitely says find buttons. This looks like a button to me. Aha. Congratulations. It seems like you know how to press buttons. They're so nice. They're so nice to me. All right. Does it drop anything for us? Oh, I'm so goofy. Okay, it did drop, but it went in my backpack. This would be a good time to actually turn my backpack off and probably turn my magnet off just to make sure. We did end up getting the cube. It did drop. And so now all we have to do is place this on here. Perfect. Please move quickly to the next chamber, as the efforts of prolonged exposure to the gold block are not part of this test. Oh no, oh no. So there are some interesting things that we can do here. I can go in here, but I can also steal this. Now, when I pick this back up by shift right clicking, the door closes. But I kind of want to bring this home with me. Like, for what reason? I don't know. But if I shoot a portal here and then I pick it up, aha! I made it through here while also getting the test cube. I just want to save this test cube, not use it for the actual puzzles, but I do want to save it so I can take it home with me. As a part of the required test protocol, it says, we will not monitor your next test chamber. It says you will be entirely on your own, and good luck. Okay, all right, let's find these tiny gaps. I'm assuming it's just like the first room. Okay, there's that one. We can go into here. Nice. All right, so I've made it through. Let's shoot that. You don't want to get too close to the walls either, I think, because it'll prevent you from doing that. Oh, that's the portal we just went through. Okay, and so here's a pressure plate. What does that do? Oh, there we go. We got another test cube. And then we have a platform right here. Can we use this on the platform? Okay, looks like we can. Oh, nice. All right, and then we have this platform we've got to get to. Okay, and that's where we need to place our block. And there we go. Good job. As a part of the required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2, and it went to static. Oh boy. And looky there. Oh, this is so cool though. I love stuff like this. And this is the first time I've actually seen like Portal within Minecraft. I really should check out like some other like people who have done Portal in Minecraft, because I like this. All right, here we are. Test chamber, mind the gap. Oh man, and we're in 3 of 5. I guess we just shoot a portal over here. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Push this button. There's a button. Okay, we got a little parkour action. I cannot make that jump. It is a portal block though. If I can get up here. Is there anything else for me? Are these trapdoors? These are trapdoors. Okay, there's a block. Can I get over this? Okay, we can get down. Thankfully we have long fall boots. All right, let's pick that up. All right. I can get back up here. Okay. Oh, this is so much fun though. I love the idea of this. Hopefully we have to keep the portal gun after this is all said and done. Okay, so that door is now open. Interesting. All right, can I shoot a portal here and then grab this out? I think so. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So I was able to steal another one. Yes. All right. Let's get started. This test involves something the FTB boys calls repulsion chicken gel. Don't ask why it exists, just use it. and try not to think about the smell. Repulse chicken gel? Why are you staring at me like that? All right. Oh, goodness. Oh, we bounce. We bounce. We bounce. That's interesting. Oh, and there's a button here. What does that do? Okay, I can't tell. Oh. Oh, it started that up. Oh my gosh, I gotta get off of that. Please don't spawn nothing. Can I get up here? Oh, I can. I can. Let me get off here. Okay. I got up. Shoot portal in there. Did I make it in time? Oh my goodness, I made it in time. All right, we hit the button. Historically, humans displayed the irrational fixation on shiny yellow materials. In your case, I suggest golden blocks. You'll feel productive, even though you aren't. Ooh, is it talking about that shiny little thing over there? Ooh, interesting. I gotta like aim it just right, don't I? Okay. Wait, what? Why is there blood in here? I don't like this. All right. The cake is a lie. Oh, the cake is a lie. Lie, 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 lie. All right, here we go. I don't think there's anything we need to place here, right? Like if I put one of these test cubes here, it doesn't do anything, right? Oh, didn't sound like it did anything. Okay. I'll put that back in my inventory. I guess this is how we get back out of here. Oh, the door is open. All right, next level. We're on 4 of 5. I think we're getting through this pretty quick. Pretty quick. Warning. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ah, not these guys. All right. Oh, ooh, you're fast. Okay. All right. All right, don't kill me. Please. Okay, I'm just going. I'm going. Okay. Gladys says, wee. Okay. Okay. We gotta line this up. Ooh, I landed. Goodness. Man, they're throwing all kinds of stuff at me. Okay, the next test might have you go, and then just static. Okay. There's a groundbreaking discovery. Press shift to negate the chicken gel's effect. Yes, even you should be able to manage pressing one key. Wow, it is so nice. They are the nicest people. If we just hold shift. Oh. I don't know what that did, but it is a button, and we should probably press buttons. Aha. It wants us to crawl, and crawl we shall. All right, I've been told this cake is a lie, and if I remember anything from Portal, it's definitely a lie. This is a framed trap door. Okay. Trap door. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Where is it? The buttons. Where is it? Somebody's gone mad. There is something down here. Maybe we can teleport down there? We can. And there's a way back out. There's a button. Okay, that played some notes. Can we get out of here? Okay. Yeah, just take a little bit of damage, no big deal. All right, let's see what's up here. Ah, nice. What is that? Okay. I think we can get through that just by doing this. I love the mechanics of this. It's so sick. You can't help yourself, can you? Oh, it's a mimic. That's why I can't help myself. I'll just kill him while he's in here. He can't escape, can he? Nah, he's stuck in there. He's stuck in... Oh my goodness, we got roller skates. Okay, this is actually a really good relic for us to have. So we can actually roller skate through the hallways because you get a ton of speed boost from this. Oh, yes. We get like acceleration. Oh, man. It may feel like you're walking on like ice, but that's a really good relic to have gotten. All right, so I've made it this far through this. Let me know in the comments, like, is this cool or what? Like, I don't know. This is the first time I've seen stuff like this done in Modpacks, and this has been a really fun experience thus far. Okay, so let's see what's in this door. Okay, this looks like the first room we were in. All right, there's a button on the wall. Very nice. Legal department says, I gotta tell you, no chickens were harmed in the making of the gel. They were, however, mildly inconvenienced. Some of them are still angry, and we've got lawyers on that. Of course they do. Of course they got lawyers on it. It's always like that. Always going to the legal side of things. All right, we should be able to make our way across. Oh, I love how the sides are filled with hay. I was able to get a glimpse of that. All right, hint. Time to go up. Time to go up. Uh-huh. Sure. So you're telling me this little button down here? All right. Oh, now I get it. We've got to go up. Oh, that's what it means. Okay. Let's head down. Oh boy. And up we shall go. Oh, this is so cool. I wouldn't mind some cake right now. As the cobweb lets me go. Oh, look at you. You actually finished all 4 test chambers. Amazing. You must be so proud. Either you're a certified genius or you're just slightly less incompetent than the FTB employee who built this disaster. Don't worry, both are equally impressive. And it says, please proceed to the next chamber to be awarded then. Oh, great. Here we go. Oh boy, what do we have here? Oh, you actually thought that you were... you would be a reward. All right, that's adorable. Unfortunately, there isn't one, and there's no way out. Don't worry, if you just stand there quietly, I'll be happy to send some lovely robots to collect you, or maybe I'll just fill the room with some slow, relaxing gas. Either way, your test is over. Okay, this I don't want gas. Please don't fill the room with gas. Okay, is this This is literally Gladys. This is fantastic. All right, what do we have here? We walk up here. Hint. Collect Gladys's personality cores and discard them in the trash incinerator to escape. That's the trash incinerator. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I just said, how inconvenient. My toxic gas system appears to be offline. No matter. I'll make sure it's fully operational for the next test subject. With any luck, they'll be far more compliant than you. All right, we got to get rid of her. All right, how do we get rid of Gladys? How do we get rid of Gladys? We got to look around, right, for buttons. Here, there's blood. That's a button. Okay. Very nice. What does that say? Memory control. Can I make that jump? Oh yeah, I can. Look at that. RAM overclock. Ah, as we all would love to do. Find and press the buttons to trigger. This will make Gladys's core drop into the ground. What did you do? You overclocked my RAM? How clever. And now, oh, look, a personality core just fell off. Don't get too excited. It won't save you. This just makes me, well, less patient. Of course it makes her less patient. I'm guessing this is the core? Okay. So now we have the red core. We need to incinerate these cores, right? So let's pop down. I'm going to get rid of this one. I wouldn't throw anything you don't like in there because it incinerates things. That would be a bad idea, wouldn't it? And let's incinerate. Okay. And that now shows that we've incinerated something, right? Looks like it. I really love this design here. Like, what is going on there? Okay. Oh, there's another button. I love the little eyes that are just like spinning around. Okay. What is this? Oh, there's a platform that just opened. Okay, that's sick. What is that mod from? The Twilight Forest? What? Ooh, there's a little trapdoor. Ah, here we are again, crawling through. Okay, there's a glass. Oh, there's a button. Okay, anvil dropped. A companion cube, no way. Wait, can we pick this up? Oh, brilliant! You found the companion cube. How touching. And look at that. My orange personality core just dropped. Really? You're just full of surprises, aren't you? This isn't going to help you. Sure, we'll see about that. Okay, so the generator room is now open. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not a generator, but is that a companion cube inside? Wait, I thought that was a heart for a second. Oh, we got to put something on here. Okay, probably the companion cube, right? Okay. Another button. The power delivery override. Oh, wonderful. You found my power control room. And of course, you just had to press the button. Congratulations! Another personality core has fallen off. Are you trying to make me unstable? Or is this just your idea of fun? I think it's my idea of fun. Anyways, can I pick this back up? Oh, I can't. It just closes the door. All right, where did the other... Okay, the cube's down here. So grab that. And this will be our last one. No, we have one more after this, don't we? If you've never played Portal, that's a must-play game. Especially Portal 2. Portal 2 is so good. All right, it's just enough gap here for us to probably get a portal through. Not enough space for the portal. That we can get into, though. What in the world? All right, let's make our way up here. Blue flashy lights. A door. Nice. Okay, this is a trap door. That's also a trap door. Oh my goodness. Manual OS kernel override. All right, let's kernel override. What? My companion cube inside me? It's updating my main protocols. My blue core detaching systems recalibrating. Very nice. All right, well, I hope that that's it. Can we get out of here? Yes, we have a trap door. Is that it? I think that is it. Blue core, let's go ahead and get rid of this bad boy. All right. So this should be it, I think. Right? This should be the last core. Let's destroy that bad boy. And that should be it. Ooh, wait. We see it going through the pipe. Oh, there it is. That's the Chronotron star that we actually needed. And voila! Enjoy it while you can, says Gladys. Now what does this say? Super secret cake room. Keep the doors closed at all time. Oh, and there's some cake down there. Look at that. There is some cake down here. You've got to be kidding me. Is this... Wait. Why would they do that? Why would they do that to me? You know what? Don't forget to collect your reward. Right. The FB devs who built this asked me to remind you of this. To collect your rewards. Right. To collect this, I'm assuming. I think I have a way to potentially get in here. Can I get through here? Okay. That time didn't work, but I'm going to keep trying. Come on. Oh, I got in. Wait, there is a message back here. If you somehow find a way to get in here, congratulations. Send me a screenshot in the FTB Discord at art. Oh, nice. Okay. And, oh my gosh. It gives us a portal gun. That's fantastic. I mean, we do have a portal gun in here. But yeah, I guess that's it. And our way out, it just told us to teleport back home and make sure we've grabbed our stuff. That is beautiful. And now we have the Chronotron star, which is the reward for the portal vault. Very nice. And we have now completed it, and we get a gift of the pebbles. We got a creature catcher from that. That's pretty nice. And yeah, it does look like we were able to use this. So I just clicked there, and yeah, we were able to take this portal home with us. It says portals cannot be placed onto walls, not enough space for the portal. Yeah, so it does have a limited use case, but I mean, it is still a thing. We can keep that. It may have a use later on. And we also got to keep our companion cube. I love that. So now I don't know about you, but that was pretty darn cool. Now we've got to actually make use of the Chronotron star, and we've got to do some things with it because this guy really wanted some stuff later on. Now let's go back, and now we have the ability inside of our horizon to, I believe, make this, and then that will allow us to unlock our next chapter, right? So I'm pretty sure that's what we need to do. If you've managed to find your way through the vaults, the Chronotron star should be yours for the taking, in which it is. Can you stop? So now back looking at this glass, this is what the villager wants. This is what our Echo wants. So let's see, we need to take that, and we need to use some reinforced glass viewer, which is just glass and iron. That's pretty easy. Aluminum ingots and 8 obsidian, And that's going to give us the Chronotron glass. After gathering all of the stuff, let's head to the world engine. I do have my power upgraded. I actually upgraded it to an advanced version. And this now stores like 6 million FE just on that basic tier. So let's go ahead and throw all of the ingredients in. And we just wait a moment and we are going to get this stuff back. Oh, very nice. And this, like I said, is going to unlock the ability for us to make a mob farm, which I am most excited to be able to do today. And it shouldn't actually take us very long to get that all set up. But we do have to get at least this all going. This is like the first major chapter. So nice. It looks like the more power these require, the longer the craft actually takes to happen. Very interesting choice there. And there we go. It's now done. Now it does give us a depleted Chronotron star, and it looks like we can turn it back into the regular Chronotron star with a nether star. Interesting. However, we do need this next chapter to be able to do this. So we do have to actually use the glass in order to upgrade our structure here. Pretty nice though. And by the way, we get 75 big buckaroos and a chance at a really good prize. Come on, give me something good. Give me something good. An experience obelisk. Honestly, not a bad gift. Man, I am really wanting like any of those orange items in here. That would be really nice. So let's go ahead and head back so that way we can speak with our Echo of the Wayfinder and unlock the new trades. I am pretty excited for this. All right, we'll just pop back to the Wayfinder. And let's give our Wayfinder here a chat so we can unlock some things. Now, actually, at this point, we can just simply complete the stage because we have finished that. It says, I have no further guidance for you now. Seek out the other echoes as your path continues to unfold. All right, the WERAK system will be updated with more knowledge soon, but we do get access to this. So the first thing I'm going to purchase is going to be that shard, and that actually unlocks our other fella. Which is pretty nice. And there's a lot of other things in here. You can get yourself a little pet wolf. Not gonna be too bad to do. The aerial pearl, something I kind of also want to go ahead and buy because I do want to use this very, very soon to be able to make that dome shape on my roof. And so now after completing that, we now can take this. So stealing from the wardens, which we actually skipped, and we're able to just jump here. Even though I do want to go back and actually do the warden area, we'll worry about that later. I got a honeycomb as a reward there. But yes, we completely skipped the ancient city as a whole. There's some really good loot, though, I want to go back and get. But this does mean I need to head back over there to our Enchanter and give our Enchanter a little bit of a chat. So let's go ahead and complete that stage, and here we go. You must now craft an enchanting vessel capable of housing the 3 aspects of enchanting: Eterna, Quanta, and Arcana. Though careful balance, discover the proper mixture of items to reach these values, or greater 60 Eterna, 40 Quanta, and a 40 Arcana. This harmony of aspects will awaken the deep shelves, turning them into vessels fit for channeling the deep. Why bookshelves, you ask? Because knowledge is the key to all things, my dear seeker. Your world engine upgrade will require a few awakened shelves and 2 echo-infused deep shelves. These may be created by bringing the echo shards to resonance with the awakened vessel near sources of Arcana. A few torches will suffice. And so it says the task is to craft 4 deep shelves and 2 echoing deep shelves, which is going to require a lot of XP. So that's why I definitely want to get that mob farm up and running. So to be able to get a mob farm, let's now purchase that GM chicken feed. And I also want to purchase a enchantment library because that's incredibly powerful. So definitely going to be taking that. Allows us to store all of our enchanted books in there. And we'll probably be coming back to this to be able to buy some other things in the future. And we still have one more thing to do. We need to head back to the world engine, remember? And we need to upgrade this bad boy. So let's go back into the quest now that we have completed this. And we can auto build with all of our Chronotron glass. So we'll submit some of that. And then we get to assemble the Chronotron glass. And there it goes. So now we have effectively upgraded our world engine. I'm going to get into building our mob farm here in a second, which is going to be a modified version of what you currently see right here. But I actually want to get the roof done. So let's actually take some time to make the builder. And so I'm going to be using the RF Tools builder here, which is going to work a little bit different than you may be expecting. But yes, It is going to require some world engine stuff to be able to get this to happen. Invar plates, honestly, all this stuff is quite easy to get now that we have access to, well, the thing we needed, the aerial pearl. First things first, we got to get the actual machine frame for anything RF tools related. And then it's going to take our $60 aerial pearl and then also a diamond stick in the machine frame. And we now have a builder. But it can also destroy things, which is kind of what I want to use it for. And there she is, my beautiful builder. So perfect. Right there, we're at 33. And if I go down to 32, you'll be able to see that we can actually see the bottom. And I want it to go up one more from where we can see the bottom. So its starting distance is exactly at 33. Very, very nice. And now that that is done, there's nothing else we have to worry about except giving this a redstone signal and just watching it clear the roof for us. This is actually the fun part, right? It is just going to completely shred the roof. And I think it starts from the top down and it works its way. But look at that. Look at it just do the thing that I want it to do. Doesn't complain, just absolutely tears it up. Oh, that is beautiful to watch happen. And now we've got this beautiful dome shape at the top, which is the main reason I really wanted this builder. There are just some shapes that the builder can just do so well, and this is one of them. And you can, of course, raise that Y value if you want it to be a steeper dome. But yes, this gives this whole area a whole different character now. Look at that. So now it's time for what you've probably been waiting for, setting up a mob farm. And this is going to be an incredibly small but yet powerful mob farm we're setting up. And I've been using this design for quite a while now, and it is very, very nice. Now, something I do want to do is I want to break this. Now, whenever you break this dirt, it does turn into dirt, unless you have silk touch. So that's why I wanted to be very specific when I originally placed it. Otherwise, you can destroy it, and then you just have to make a regular, you know, in the dark, wait for mobs to spawn kind of farm. But this whole area I'm going to clear out much like we have over here. So I'm going to get the walls cleared out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is technically 7 deep, giving us like a 7x7 room. So now for the mob farm, I was thinking like I do need a bit more space because I do want to put my enchanting setup in here as well. So the mob farm itself needs to kind of be offset in the back a little bit further in our room. So I did create this little room in the back, and in these slots right here, what I'm going to do is place in the mob fans, and this should give us the exact range that we're going to need. However, we do need a width upgrade inside of these fans, and then that will give us the perfect combined range. And we can actually enclose this little slot right here. We shouldn't have to worry about anything really spawning here. But what I do want to make sure is that if any mobs get pushed right into here, which we should never worry about mobs getting stuck in this corner. I just don't really think that's going to happen. We should have like some sort of thing push them this way. And kind of force them to do that. So there is actually a way we can do that within side of mob grinding utils. And this is the mod that we are going to be using for handling our mob farm for the most part. And if you farmed up a little bit of those slimes from the earlier little mob farm, then these entity conveyors are going to be really easy to craft. And these are what we're going to use to push them into this particular block right here. So I am going to start all the way in the back here. And I don't remember which directions these face. Perfect. They face like this. So we'll just place them in, and you can see it pushes mobs around. It's kind of a nice little thing. Just kind of pushes mobs, not like a fan does, but this does push mobs whenever they walk on it. Now, the other block we're going to need to get this working is, well, the mob crusher itself, the infamous mob crusher. That bad boy is going to go right here. We're just going to power this with redstone, And I also want to add a lamp in here and put maybe some redstone control buttons on the side of this wall that allows us to shut off the farm with the light and also shut off the fan. And so, yes, I did bring this down. Just one more, just some very, very basic redstone, like nothing fancy at all. We'll take that, put that here. That should allow us to send a redstone signal to be able to turn the lamp on and off. If we give this full strength, you can see both of those now turn on. And this right here would shut off the mob fan. This shuts off the light, turning the mob farm on. So now for this mob farm, things are about to get a little bit real. Okay, so we now need to create the pulse accelerator that is going to accelerate the dreadful dirt. And this is what's going to make this mob farm incredibly powerful in just a small form factor. If you've not seen how I've built mob farms in the past, this is going to be a little interesting. So I'm going to use Cogblocks from supplementaries. If you have other mods, this of course does work the same way, but Cogblocks kind of work like a redstone source that is able to be sent through all of them, almost like a redstone wire. And so if we pop down here, we can pulse all of these in like one go. So I'm going to bring this down, and then what we're going to do is we're going to place this block here, and then directly underneath this, I am going to use, for example, a pulse timer from Create. It should be really easy to make if you've already done your Create stuff. Just take this and set it to 2 ticks, and look at this. This is pulsing from 0 to max value very, very quickly. And this is exactly what we want to see. We want to see this pulsing so that way it pulses the dreadful dirt that's on here. And the faster the dreadful dirt is pulsed with redstone, the more mobs and the faster mobs spawn. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, also with just a few more cog blocks, what I want to do is channel this up so that way we can turn on and off the mob masher. So right here, we can use another lever, and we can power this line on, which should then be able to carry the signal into this chain, which will allow that to be toggled on and off, just like that. Now, as far as a glass goes, tinted glass is definitely the way to go. We actually don't need a whole lot of it for this because of the way this mob farm is set up, but we will use the tinted glass just like so. And this is almost ready for everything. This is basically the mob farm. Now, before we actually use this GM chicken feed and get ourselves a cursed egg, we do want to manage the items. So I do want to manage the items and the XP that this mob farm is going to produce. I think that's going to be a good idea. So yeah, I have touched just a little bit of the nether, and also from our looting, we have easily gotten some blaze powder. This is going to be enough. And if you have mined through any of the wart blocks in there, we actually have nether wart too. So that's nice to have a direct conversion recipe here. But what we need to do now is we need to make the Just Dire goo. And so we need to upgrade this to get ourselves some blaze goo, because honestly, Just Dire Things is one of the best mods, honestly, in my opinion, for handling the mob farm drops. And so we will take this and just grab some gold that we have had built up, and we're going to need to use a few blocks here. Just like we've done before, we throw this all around, throw it on the top, hit it with a wart, and then just let this generate. And all of this is ready to go. We just got to get this all smelted up. And the first thing I'm going to make is an item collector. This requires the fairy core. And then we definitely need to make the experience holder. Honestly, one of the best items from Just Dire Things. Now with both of these, I need to just set up the range. So we have to basically move this around until we can get it into the position that we kind of want. And so just kind of eyeballing it until you get into the center of the room is a good idea. And we got to do this for both of those. And then both of them, once we have it in the center, we just want to make sure it's set to 2 on both the X and the Z. And then also for the enchantment holder, or experience holder, I don't know why it's set to pulse by default, but we want to make sure this is set to redstone mode ignore. And then we want to drop this down to anywhere between 10 to 1 ticks. If you're playing on a server, probably do 10 ticks. And then we're going to have collect experience turned on. That is what's going to pull the experience orbs in here. And then over here, will drop this as well to either 10 or 1. I'm playing on a single player world, so I'm able to support 1. Definitely be sure to kind of be respectful, I guess, with your TPS. That is if you're playing on a server, for example. But with this, I mean, we're just about ready to go. All we got to do is convert our GM chicken feed. And the way we do this to get the egg is by simply clicking on a chicken. Yeah, thankfully we got a few chickens over here, so that one's going to be sacrificed. Yeah. Just gonna have to happen. That gives us a rotten egg, and this is just about everything needed in order to get a mob farm going. So this dirt does require darkness in order to work. We'll be able to take our blocks here. The tinted glass makes it completely dark in here, so no external light can get inside. And it's also witherproof as well. But there we go. I mean, this is basically it. We turn this bad boy off. Mobs are going to really start spawning. We can turn the crusher on, turn this on, and it's going to push them all to the corner. Now, some things that I want to note here first. We also want to upgrade this chest so that way it supports all of these mobs. But yeah, as you can see, this is some things we're going to have to deal with. Also, the sounds of mobs being killed and hurt. We want to disable those by going into this ESM menu here, selecting this position. I'm going to do like a radius of 16. And we just want to kind of get rid of like death sounds and all of those sort of things. Anything death related from just about any mob. All right. I mean, I can't make this up. I just killed the goat, the quantum goat that was in here, and it just dropped an everlasting beef. I mean, I already have one, but I don't even know how to explain that. Right as I was working on making the upgrades for this sophisticated storage chest. Now, speaking of upgrades, I do want to make an advanced void upgrade for this, and this is what's going to handle all of our weird mob drops. Now, something interesting happens to our drops here. Now, if it's apotheosis based, like a gem or anything like that, it somehow in this event, while they're being actually killed, it automatically will destroy the apothic gear that you get, and it automatically scraps it and turns it into these different components for apotheosis. And like I said, including the gems. So this is not going to be a great way, I think, to farm those gems, unless you're probably killing those mobs by hand inside of your mob farm. And so using this void upgrade is going to be very helpful for things like gear. If we set this, by the way, to match by tags, and then we put in like a piece of gear, we can actually select like C armors, and that's going to get rid of anything that's an armor. We can also void sticks. We can actually get rid of the curios, actually. We want sticks to just be wooden rods. So we don't want sticks to be in here. We can click this to work in the GUI so we can auto delete them. I probably don't want arrows building up in here, so I can add arrows to the list. It's just a huge thing that we can do here. We can just add anything that has a tag. We can actually void it. And there's a lot of like broad tags that we can use. For example, C armors, C tools once we get some of those. So now I can, for example, turn this back on like that, turn the fan on, let this mob farm rip. And this is collecting XP, which we're going to need a ton of it. So we need to let this run. And there we go. We have a ton of mob drops rolling in. I probably want to get rid of maybe potions of healing, which we can do like seed drinks for that, for example. And another helpful one for the mob farm is like an advanced compacting upgrade that will compact 2 times and also 4 times, or 3x3s. And it should automatically start compacting things. That also has a reversible craft. A good example of that is the redstone. If I put this back in, notice it automatically compressed the redstone and also the slimes right here. Now, jumping back over to the enchantment library, I'm so glad that we were able to buy this, because I can now take the books that I have inside of my inventory here that we've collected from our farming adventures, and I can just throw that inside of here. We can also pick this up and it retains all of its inventory. You can just now store all of your enchanted books in here, and anytime you need to pull them out, you can just pull them out and put them back in and combine them up and do all kinds of stuff at no penalty. It's so nice. And the fact that I didn't even have to craft it, it's wild. Now, I was wondering if I'm going to need an ender inhibitor for this, but it doesn't seem like endermen are really teleporting out of the mob farm, so we may not even need an ender inhibitor. They may just automatically be inhibited from teleporting around. So with this, I think we're all set. Now, I do want to decorate a little bit, but I think I want to save that till next episode. I mean, we did a lot of decorating. Like, just simply take a look up here. We have this massive dome that we were able to generate like so easily. And once we get some of the enchanting stuff, as we start actually working towards this enchantment section here, this is going to be very nice. But I think we are going to need to do a little dungeon exploring to be able to gather up all the resources that's going to be needed. For example, gas tiers, many other things. So I think next episode, we're definitely going to explore the Nether. Oh, I hope I'm ready for this. Now, if you enjoyed today's episode, of course, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and, well, give this video a huge thumbs up. And now, with that being said, it's time for me to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that amazing thanks, well, that's going to go out to Renock. Thank you so much for your amazing support and choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and supporting my content in one of the best ways possible, you absolute boss. And guys, I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.